before the sun breaks the horizon. The world here is draped in a cloak of profound silence, save for the slow, relentless push of the murky waters. For over 20 years, I've tracked life along these banks, and I can tell you this. What you see on the surface is only half the story. As the pre-dawn light bleeds into the sky, painting a thick, silver mist in muted hues of steel and indigo, the undisputed lords of this aquatic realm begin their retreat. For hours, under the cover of darkness, massive hippopotamuses have wandered far inland, consuming vast quantities of coarse grass to sustain their immense bulk. Now they must return. Their heavy footfalls echo with a deep, resonant thud against the wet earth. A rhythmic pounding vibrating through the roots of dense, green reed beds. These creatures weigh as much as 3 tons, yet they move with surprising, deliberate grace. Today, we aren't just going to watch them, we are going to decode their hidden world. This is the Zambezi River. It is not just a body of water, it is a winding, ancient lifeline carving its path through the very heart of the African continent. In these early, cool hours of the dawn, the mist blurs the boundary between the deep currents and the slippery, muddy banks. Here, life is dictated not by the hands of a clock, but by subtle shifts in temperature and the eternal rhythm of the sun. As the scarred, leathery armor of the returning hippos, marked by years of brutal territorial disputes, glimmers with the morning dew, they slip into the cool, forgiving embrace of the Zambezi. The river absorbs them entirely. It is their sanctuary, an essential haven protecting their sensitive skin from the brutal, unforgiving rays of the African sun that will soon scorch this valley. As the mist slowly burns away, the immense scale of this ecosystem becomes undeniably clear. The muddy banks, deeply scarred by the nocturnal movements of the hippos, now play host to different giants. An immense African elephant, carrying the quiet wisdom of decades, approaches the water's edge. Its colossal trunk reaches down to draw up gallons of the cool, muddy liquid. It's a marvel of muscular engineering containing tens of thousands of individual muscles. Its sheer presence commands respect, yet the submerged hippos watch with wary, territorial tension. Only their bulbous eyes and flared nostrils break the surface. Dark monoliths blending perfectly with the calm water. They share this space through a complex, silent understanding of boundaries. Nearby, a small, cautious herd of Cape buffalo crowds the steep banks, driven by a desperate morning thirst. Their heavy hooves sink deep into the treacherous, sucking mud as they drink quickly, nervously scanning the dense reed beds where danger lurks. While the giants dominate the frame, the edges of the river stir with a delicate, fragile energy. Look closely at the floating lily pads. The slender, elongated toes of an African jacana distribute its weight so perfectly it appears to walk on water, seeking out tiny aquatic insects trapped in morning condensation. High above, on the skeletal branches of a drowned tree, the undisputed sentinel of the sky, the African fish eagle, throws its head back. Its iconic, haunting cry is the very soul of the wilderness. This triggers a cascade of life. A towering Goliath heron stands statue still, its meticulous hunt minimizing ripples. A vibrant malachite kingfisher, a flash of sapphire and emerald, plunges into the river, emerging with a silver prize. But beneath this intricate ballet, a completely different world thrives. A fierce tigerfish, armed with terrifying, interlocking razor-sharp teeth, patrols the warmer shallows for explosive ambushes. Deeper still, in near-total darkness, the massive Vundu catfish weaves through submerged debris, using sensitive, elongated barbels to taste the water. Crossing these boundaries is the sleek African clawless otter, dancing through submerged roots with breathtaking grace to hunt freshwater crabs. By mid-morning, a bright, overcast sky traps the rising humidity like a heavy blanket. The temperature climbs, and the river valley falls under a spell of profound, oppressive lethargy. Survival becomes an exercise in absolute stillness. A male waterbuck, crowned with beautiful, heavily ridged horns, stands ankle-deep in the cooling shallows, while a delicate bushbuck lies perfectly camouflaged in the dense thickets, panting rapidly to lower its core temperature. Even the vibrant pied kingfisher pants softly on a shaded branch, and a saddle-billed stork stands utterly motionless. But the peace is an illusion. As afternoon progresses and the harsh glare softens, the suffocating grip loosens and a restless, aggressive energy takes hold of the hippopod. Subordinate males challenge the established hierarchy. Two massive bulls face off in the shallows. Their posturing escalates into a terrifying display of raw power, clashing heavy skulls with bone-jarring force. The water erupts into chaotic, churning foam. A southern carmine bee-eater swoops through the warm air currents above, snapping up insects disturbed by the fighting titans below. The calm of the day has shattered. Let me pause here, because what looks like chaotic behavior is actually a masterclass in evolutionary biology. When those massive hippo heads are thrown back, opening their jaws to an almost impossible 180-degree angle to display lethal, ivory-like canine teeth, those are not yawns of fatigue. They are powerful, aggressive signals of dominance. Look at how they endure the midday zenith. They enter a state of semi-torpor, their heart rate slow, their bodies buoyed by the water. Every few minutes, a slow, synchronized exhalation occurs, dozens of nostrils releasing thick bubbles.
It is the very heartbeat of the river. And when a massive scarred hippo hauls itself onto a mudflat to roll in the thick, dark sludge, that is a vital lifeline. As it dries into a cracked gray crust, it becomes a natural sunscreen and insect repellent.
Nearby, the ancient Nile crocodile lies motionless, jaws slightly ajar to release excess heat. It is a portrait of prehistoric efficiency, expending zero energy, simply waiting for the earth to turn. Meanwhile, an African skimmer glides low, utilizing localized thermal currents inches above the water, resting on the wing like a ghost. The final transition is the most dramatic. The sky ignites in dusty orange, deep indigo, and finally, a striking blood-red hue that bleeds directly onto the glass-like surface. The Zambezi becomes a mirror of fire. The inhabitants are reduced to dark silhouettes. The ancient Nile crocodile finally makes its move, sliding backward with nary a ripple, sinking silently until only its cold, unblinking reptilian eyes break the surface. The ultimate aquatic ambush predator. Twilight is the trigger for the great nightly migration. The hippopod fractures. A mother gently nudges her young calf toward the sloping bank, her massive form a protective shield. They march in a heavy procession, leaving massive water-filled craters in their wake. But in the center of the Crimson River, the dominant bulls escalate their territorial disputes. The water explodes violently. Finally, a massive, heavily scarred bull emerges entirely. Water cascades in sheets off his battle-worn body. Standing victorious, he throws his colossal head back, exposing those lethal ivory daggers, and unleashes a deafening, bone-chilling roar that echoes across the darkening plains. It is a cinematic declaration of power. While the sun may set, the true kings of the Zambezi never sleep. the river returns to its profound, ancient silence. Carrying the secrets of the day into the unforgiving darkness.